All right, guys, let's get some MLB plays and props for Monday, April 15th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I am 0-0 right now. My game is currently going, and it's 0-0 in that game. I gave out the Nationals on the money line versus the Athletics. I have a lot of confidence in Washington to be able to put a run on the board and to be able to cash us this play.
Yeah, I think the Nationals actually took a lead right before we hopped on here, so I think you are winning that play right now. I gave out the Diamondbacks -1.5 going on the run line going up against the Cardinals. Turns out it was Miles McCollum against Zach Gallen, so I did take the D-backs -1.5. Currently 0-0 in the top of the second, so no damage so far. Looking for the Diamondbacks to get out in front of Miles McCollum and put up some runs. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, and I went 0-2 here. My batting prop was Luis Arias over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Braves. And Arias, he did get a single in this game, and in my opinion, he also got an RBI. He grounded into a double play, and somebody scored off of that. So I feel like that should be an RBI, but the scoring did not grant him one, so we did not cash that play. Gotta love the MLB. And I also gave out Cole Reagans under 5.5 strikeouts versus the Mets. Reagans, he finished his game with 8 strikeouts. He honestly had a very good game. Mets offense could never really get any runs across the board to put any damage on him.
I mean, I'm telling you, the Royals' starting pitching is incredible this season so far. Yeah, two tough loss, at least one tough loss there. I gave out Kyle Freeland to go over his total runs. Doesn't matter if you got it 2.5 or 3.5. He gave out 4 against the Blue Jays in 6 innings, so he was again hammered in that game. Then I have Christian Walker. The game just started. Over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals. He's going to hit here in the bottom of the second. Hopefully, he can start us off hot in that game. Trey, let's go to the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to be talking about this San Diego Padres going up against Milwaukee Brewers game, and this is going to be an entertaining game to watch. Both teams probably believe they can make a deep run in the playoffs and win their respective divisions. And the Padres, we are recording before their game did end yesterday, and currently they are below 500 with an 8-9 record. They're also 3-3 on the road this year, so they're still fighting to get above 500 and stay competitive. And most of that can be blamed on their pitching staff. And the Brewers, they actually have the best record in the National League with a 10-3 record, and they've played very good baseball this year, and they're honestly a very balanced team. I'm going to take the Brewers here at home on the money line. I love that we're getting them at plus 102 because, like I said, I feel like they're the better team, and they're throwing out the better pitcher, in my opinion, too. The Padres, they're throwing out Joe Musgrove here, and Musgrove, he has struggled this season just like last year because Musgrove threw 4 starts. He's 1-2 with a 6.87 ERA, paired with a massive 342 batting average and a 1.75 whip. Musgrove has simply allowed a ton of base runners this year, and you cannot do that against this deadly Brewers offense. Through the first 3 or so weeks of the regular season, the Brewers, they have the best offense in baseball. As a team, they're batting 287, which is the second highest average in the MLB, and that's turned into a massive average of 6.69 runs per game too, which is leading the major leagues. We should see the Brewers show up in this home game here, especially since the Padres are just coming off a tough series against the Dodgers. I think the Brewers are going to be able to steal a game here. So give me the Brewers here on the money line versus the Padres.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there for you. For my play today, we're going to be looking at the Cincinnati Reds going on the road to face off against the Mariners. I cannot trust the Seattle Mariners. They have been one of the worst hitting teams so far in baseball. Even if they do get runners on in an inning, they are one of the worst teams as well at driving people in. And I did watch the entire Cubs game on Saturday night against the Mariners, and they had several people on. They just could not get an RBI. They only had 1 RBI double the entire game, scoring 1 run, but they were threatening every inning. It felt like they just couldn't get anybody in. It felt like the Nationals from last season. I'm going to take the Reds in this game with Montes on the mound. Frankie's been all over the place over the last 2 seasons, and he was a very good arm for the Athletics for a couple years before being traded to the Yankees in 2022, but he's only played a total of 12 games since 2022. I thought maybe that was going to affect him coming into this year, but so far he's been great, collecting 2 wins in his first 3 games, and he's been very effective in those 2 of the 3 games as well. He's coming into this game with a 2.16 ERA, giving up just 15 hits, only allowing 4 runs in those 3 starts. This is a cupcake match for him going up against the Seattle Mariners as they're continuing to prove that they can't get anybody across the plate. On the other side is going to be George Kirby for the Mariners. He was a pretty good arm last season, pretty good his rookie year as well with the Mariners, but he has had back-to-back bad starts where he looked like one of the worst pitchers in baseball, giving up 18 hits, 13 runs against the Guardians of the Blue Jays. It is a tough time to bounce back from a couple starts like that, and I do think the Reds have pretty good bats this season. Give me the Reds to put a couple runs on Kirby, and then the Mariners won't be able to match that run production. Give me the Reds here on the money line as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take us over to the Pirates game, and I'm going to go with Oneil Cruz. I'm going to take him to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs against the Mets. I love this over for Cruz in this game. We're going to see him have a great day at the plate here, and I believe that we're going to see him get on base and get hit around in the very first inning because we also have a lot of great trends working for us. The first one is his matchup against Adrian Hauser. And Hauser, he's not pitched all that great this year with a 5.4 ERA paired with a 289 batting average and a 1.6 whip. So we've seen Hauser allow base runners this season. And historically, that has happened against Cruz too, because these two, they have faced off twice in their career. And Cruz, he is 1 for 2 with an absolutely massive dinger. And that's going to allow Cruz to come in this game and be very confident at the plate. And we've seen Cruz be placed right at the very top of the Pirates batting lineup. So we're going to see him get a ton of opportunities in this one as well. I expect Cruz to be able to hit a ball in a gap and be able to touch home as well in this game. So give me Oneil Cruz to go over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs against the Mets.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there. For my batting prop, it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. Over 1.5 bases going up against the Astros. The Astros are going to be throwing out Spencer Aragati. Put some spaghetti on it. I talked about him a little bit on the member side with those picks, but this is a first-year guy with the Astros, only 24 years old. In his first major league game, 3 innings against the Royals. Gave up 7 hits, 7 runs, coming in with a 21 ERA. The Royals, they've been red hot recently, but still, there's no reason to think that Spencer's going to get any better coming into this game, especially going up against the Atlanta Braves, who have one of the best hitting lineups in baseball. We talk about the best hitters in baseball. Ronald Acuna Jr.'s name has to come up, hitting .337 last season, his best performance of his career. This season, he started off a little bit slower, but he's still hitting .255 in the year, collecting at least 1 hit in 6 of the last 8 games. He's got a ton of power as well, but he has no home runs hit yet. This time around against Spencer, possibly his first home run, but I'm just looking for some solid contact down the line in this game. With his speed, he should easily get us a double or more. Give me Ronald Acuna Jr. over his total bases as the play there. Trey, let's go to the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with one of my favorite pitchers here. And give me Sonny Gray to go under 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Athletics. I really love this under for Gray in this game. I wanted to take his under against the Phillies in his first start last week, but I wanted to see how he was pitching this year. And I should have bet his under then because he dominated in that game, pitching 5 scoreless innings in that one and striking out 5 batters. So Gray, he was definitely feeling himself after that one. And I believe that we're going to get this momentum going in this one as well, because Oakland is where Sonny's career started way back in 2013. So we should see Gray come in this game with some extra motivation to dominate, especially what will be his probably last time pitching in this stadium since the A's are moving away. And this Oakland offense is just not good at all. The A's, they average 1.6 runs per game in the first 5 innings. That's the 5th lowest in the MLB, and that's going to allow Sonny to pitch deep in this game and allow us to not have to worry about him running into any trouble. So give me Sonny Gray. I'm going to take him to go under 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Athletics.
Yeah, Trey, I like the play there for you. Also, Sonny Gray's first start. Did you say that?
No, his first start was last week against the Phillies. This is his second one, but
Really?
5 scoreless innings against the Phillies last week.
I thought today was his first, yeah, or tomorrow's his first start. All right, interesting. For my pitching prop today, it's going to be Cal Quantrill to go over his total hits allowed going up against the Phillies. Usually I'd go the over earned runs, but I'm going to take the Philadelphia Phillies to make solid contact against Cal for the majority of the time when he's on the mound. Looking at the Rockies, they do let Cal get into some trouble when he's pitching poorly. It's kind of like the same deal with Nationals and Patrick Corbin, why I like to bet against Patrick Corbin all the time. In the last game, they left him out there too long. 6 innings of work against the Diamondbacks, but he gave up 8 hits in that game, giving up 3 runs. So even when he's getting knocked around a little bit, the Rockies will leave him out there longer. I'm not sure if that's them trusting him to get out of the jams or the Rockies just not wanting to go to the bullpen because they're that bad in the bullpen. I guess it's the second option of those two. But Cal in the season has already given up 8+ hits in 2 of the 3 games. I don't see that changing here going up against the Phillies. The Phillies at times can be poor at driving in runs. We've seen that a couple times already this season. We saw that this afternoon against the Pirates. So I'm just going to take them to get a lot of base hits against Cal here. They have a loaded lineup, and it should be fairly easy with a favorable wind blowing out in this game. Give me Cal Quantrill to go over his total hits allowed going up against the Philadelphia Phillies. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with the Brewers here on the money line at home versus the Padres. I feel like they're the better team. They've been playing the better baseball, so I feel like they're going to continue that. Padres coming off a tough series against the Dodgers, so they might be able to steal one here. Also going with Oneil Cruz over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs versus the Mets. Oneil, he's at the top of the Pirates bat lineup. He's a big bat. He's a speedster. I expect him to be able to get a hit and touch home. Also going with Sonny Gray under 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Athletics. Sonny Gray is one of my favorite pitchers in the MLB, going up against one of the worst offenses in baseball. So sign me up.
Yeah, Trey, just a quick update. Nationals, 1,000 paper cuts on the A's right now. 3-0 top of 4. Looking good for you. Looking great for me as a Nats fan. I've got the Reds tomorrow on the money line going up against the Mariners. I'm trusting Frankie here going up against George Kirby. We've got pretty good odds there at plus 130-something. And they give me Ronald Acuna Jr. here, over 1.5 bases going up against the Astros. Spencer, first year in the MLB, was really bad in his first game. I don't see him getting much better in this game. Give me one of the best hitters in baseball. Then Cal Quantrill, over his total hits. Probably going to come out around 4.5, 5.5 against the Phillies. He's given up eight plus hits in 2 of the first 3 games so far. So that's going to continue in this game. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Monday, April 15th slate of games. If you guys enjoy the content, please sure drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,